Apple glasses to use MicroLED technology? It's Morningstar News. So there are a couple of news reports today that Apple is working with a company in Taiwan to create micro OLED displays. Now this is different than the LED displays, the micro LED displays, in that they're more compact, smaller, and give you better performance basically over the micro LEDs. But we're more interested in the micro LEDs, which is what's being reported that they are going to be using for their Apple glasses. Now, as far as we're aware, the whole idea behind the technology here is the micro LEDs do not need a backlight. Which means they can be much smaller, more power efficient, but also transparent, which, for glasses, you need that without having to bulk it up, have cameras and everything like that going. So the micro LED is a technology that it seems like they're going with for the Apple glasses. Of course, this is all kind of rumors and speculation at this point until Apple really says anything themselves. This could be, how they have all these patents for everything. No one knows, and it's all research and development on Apple's part at this point, as far as we're aware. But yeah, kind of interesting that they're going with this technology. Now, speaking of patents, it's actually kind of interesting to read about some of the patents Apple has filed. It's kind of, just interesting to look at what they're doing. Some of the face tracking and stuff like that, and the head tracking, and all these sensors they have set up, and reading how they expect it to work, the mechanics of how the sensors work, and how they the decision trees of how these different gestures will play into how, not necessarily how it's going to control an application or something like that, but it basically shows you, this is the input, this is the output, and obviously the developer is then responsible for setting that up, or Apple themselves for whatever gestures and whatnot they have set up. So it's just really interesting to look at these types of things. For example, this comes from the same patent as the glasses, but as you see, there's this jaw tracking type thing going on, which is really interesting. All these different types of gestures, and we went on the Apple patents. There's a website that kind of curates these types of things, and we'll put the link in the description as per usual. But yeah, so this is just really interesting how you have all these. You have the sensors at the temples and stuff like that, and you can track these three different movements as they show here, the five different movements based on the glasses being on your face and the sensors and whatnot there. So yeah, just really interesting stuff to read. Of course, these are patents. These aren't actual things that are necessarily have in development, or we'll see in a product, even in the next couple years. But this is their thought process basically, and you have to get out ahead of it once you have an idea. So yeah, I just think this is really interesting. What potentially we could have coming down the pike. And with Apple, I really think they can pull it off. I think like some things with the AirPods Max, they wanted to do a whole lot more than they were able to do in this first product. And it took them 4 or 5 years to get to that point. So they have a lot of big ideas, but whether we see them or not in the final product is wait and see basically. So yeah, a little bit of Apple glasses news. Again, links in the description. But yeah, we're still really excited about this. We're not too excited about the Apple mixed reality headset that we've been hearing about. And people are again calling these smart glasses, which they're calling the $3,000 ones, the Apple glasses, augmented reality, which is supposed to be virtual reality. And it's frustrating seeing people getting these things confused. Smart glasses It's just a display in your glasses. There's no tethered to the real world, basically. Augmented reality is what adds that functionality, and you have depth and things like that. And then the virtual reality is obviously, blocked off vision and totally immersive. So yeah, I think the distinction between those three technologies needs to be made better, especially by these tech websites who are misusing the words. I get it if it's like The Verge or whoever whose main focus isn't necessarily tech. But yeah, some of these companies, some of these news sites, they need to do their due diligence to make sure they're telling people the right stuff, because people are, I'm not excited about smart glasses, for example, and Google Glass was kind of like that thing. They were smart. They weren't augmented reality in the truest sense. So yeah, just want to make sure that we're communicating correctly as well, that, smart glasses, augmented reality, and, there's mixed reality, which can do virtual reality and augmented reality. But then, virtual reality can be its own standalone thing. So yeah, that's all we've got for you guys today. And take care.